Thanks for joining me as I have completed another portion of my studies in regards to my ancestral tongue, the Igbo language of Southeast Nigeria. I think this lesson is going to be very helpful for the simple fact that if you're traveling over there and you need to do some banking, you need to be able to communicate with those so that you can do financial transactions. So I think that's important in any country, in any language that you're trying to learn. As you can see on the screen, I have the sign for Naira. That's like the equivalent of the US dollar sign. And so the lesson today in learning the Igbo language, of course, as you know, I'm a student, not a teacher. So if you're a native speaker of the language, I encourage you to correct me and help me with pronunciations and everything in regards to it. But what we're talking about today is at the bank in the Igbo language of Nigeria, which will be pronounced as Noe-Lau Koe. That means in the bank, literally, in the language. So Noe-Lau Koe, at the bank in the Igbo language of Nigeria. Okay, here you go with the first word that really makes sense, the foundation of it all, how to say bank. It's Oh-Lau Koe. Oh-Lau Koe means bank. And it comes from two literal words. When I'm learning a language, when I break it down into the literal words, it helps me understand the whole concept. So in this case, it would be coming from the root words Ola and Ako. Ola means house and Ako means wealth. And so again, like most languages out there outside of English, you give the subject and then the description after the fact. So you're saying house of wealth. In other words, bank. Ola Koe, bank. Seems to be a lot when you try to say annual percentage rate, but actually it's really not. It's just like annual percentage rate is 3 words for basically a concept. You're just using 4 words for Igbo. So what it would be pronounced as the following. Au-Noe-Go Pah-Saint. No, let me get it right. Au-Noe-Go Pah-Saint Kwa-Afa. Au-Noe-Go Pah-Saint Kwa-Afa is how you pronounce annual percentage rate. And again, it breaks down its literal translation as Au-Noe-Go, which means rate. Pah-Saint means percent. Kwa means 4, and Afa, the year. So again, you're saying Au-Noe-Go Pah-Saint Kwa-Afa for annual percentage rate in the Igbo language of Nigeria. Account sounds very similar to English. You would say Ah-Koen-Toe, Ah-Koen-Toe for account. And again, in Igbo, you're going to run into, as I see some of you have been following me through this 8-month journey so far, you drop some vowels sometimes. You don't pronounce them. Just like in English, we do contractions. We don't always say do not. We'll say don't. So we're eliminating some vowels in there. And the same thing here with Igbo. I'm just going to use the English letters, but the letters aren't pronounced just like English. They're pronounced in Igbo way. I'm just using English just to make it easy. But that second A in the word is dropped. That's why you say Ah-Koen-Toe instead of account. Ah-Koen-Toe, account. Okay, ATM, automatic teller machine. In Igbo, you would say Ee-Gway En-Dau-Rau. Ee-Gway En-Dau-Rau. And of course, this is made up of 3 root words. Ee-Gway means machine. En-Dau-Rau, the second word, means to withdraw. And A-Goe means money. So you're literally saying machine to withdraw money. A-Goe is money. But again, you have to drop the E in A-Goe. And so you would say Ee-Gway En-Dau-Rau, automatic teller machine or ATM. Ee-Gway En-Dau-Rau, ATM. Okay, balance. This is one of those words I can't do the literal translation. Couldn't figure that out. But in order to say that, you would say En-Yae Fae A-Go, balance. En-Yae Fae Ah-Fau, balance. Okay, bank rate. So again, you start seeing the same words, but they're just used in different combinations that we've already been saying. And you would have to drop some vowels in this case. So again, you see Au-Noe-Go. So you're dropping the E in Au-Noe-Go, which is that first word. And you're dropping the A in Ah-Koe at the end. So what you would be saying is Au-Noe-Go, excuse me, let me get it right. Au-Noe-Go bank rate. Au-Noe-Go bank rate. All right, so again, it's broken down as follows. Au-Noe-Go is rate, and Ụlọ Akụ, which you've already encountered, means bank. So it's saying rate of the bank, but we reverse it in English and say bank rate. So again, it's Au-Noe-Go bank rate. Okay, bank statement. And when I was in Nigeria, I mean, it's just like walking into America. The banks are the same. You got a lobby, you got your tellers, you have your special people that you would talk to for other stuff like mortgages and all that. Is set up exactly the same as the United States when you walk into a bank in Nigeria. So to say bank statement, in other words, what your transactions were for a month, which you'll get on paper just like anywhere else, it would be En-Kwue-Pu-Toe Lako. So again, En-Kwue-Pu-Toe, you're dropping that A at the end of En-Kwue-Pu-Ta. So you don't say En-Kwue-Pu-Ta, you're running together with Olako. So it ends up being En-Kwue-Pu-Toe Lako for bank statement. So literally what you're saying is a statement of the bank, because En-Kwue-Pu-Ta is statement, and as you noticed, Olako means bank. So again, En-Kwue-Pu-Toe Lako is bank statement. Okay, borrower. Borrow is similar to, I shouldn't say similar, but it's said in the following way. It would be Own-Yea Bah-Zee-ree A-Go, borrower. Own-Yea, you see that in front of a lot of words to define a person. It just means someone or who or person, the person. And I like to say Oun-Yea means the person. Bah-Zee-ree means borrowing. And A-Go you encountered earlier, which means money. So Oun-Yea Bah-Zee-ree A-Go means borrower. All right, bounce check. And when you're saying bounce check, you're really saying the check that came back, literally, which means bounce check, literally. We say the same thing in America, of course. A check that comes back to the bank is a bounce check. So you would say it as follows, and it's made up of three words. Chay-Kee, Ee-Ree, Um-Bee-Yah-Chee, which means bounce check. And you break it down in the literal sense as Chay-Kee, just like it sounds, check. Ee-Ree, which means that did something. And Um-Bee-Yah-Chee, which means to come back. So you're saying, again, the check that came back. So Chay-Kee, Ee-Ree, Um-Bee-Yah-Chee, bounce check. Okay. All right. Card holder. Card holder of any type of card, debit card, credit card, whatever the case may be, card holder. Again, you're starting to see Oun-Yea, which means person. En-Yae, meaning that owns, and Kah-Dee for card. So you're really saying the person that owns the card, which in our vernacular in English means card holder. So it's Oun-Yea En-Yae Kah-Dee, card holder. Again, Oun-Yea En-Yae Kah-Dee, card holder. Okay, as you mentioned earlier, A-Goe means cash. So when somebody says they want to give you A-Goe, accept it. That means they're trying to give you cash. So A-Goe, cash. And you'll see several different denominations of the bills there. The Naira, which is the equivalent of our dollars over in Nigeria on your screen. So A-Goe, cash. Okay. Cash back. In other words, sometimes you get a refund. And I will pronounce it as En-Yae-Fae A-Go. En-Yae-Fae A-Go. cashback, or refund. And the literal translation on that would be En-Yae means to restore. And of course, you already know what A-Goe means money. So it means to restore money. In other words, cashback or refund. So En-Yae A-Go, cashback. Okay, you've already encountered this word, check. In Igbo would be Chay-Kee. Chay-Kee, check. So remember in Igbo, the letters that look like English E's, they actually sound like an A. So that's why you hear me saying it different than what you see on the screen. So it's Chay-Kee, check. Chay-Kee, check. Okay. All right, checkbook. You see this word a lot. Ah-Koen-Toe. Ah-Koen-Toe means book. And so again, in Igbo, just like most languages out there in the world, the subject comes first and the description after. So you're saying, okay, what type of book is it? A Chay-Kee. Chay-Kee. So you're saying checkbook. So again, it's Ah-Koen-Toe Chay-Kee, checkbook. Ah-Koen-Toe Chay-Kee, checkbook. Checking account. A little different word for check than probably what you're accustomed to. Check in this case would be ilele. Ilele is check in this case. And you already know the word for account, which means Aun-Toe. Aun-Toe. So putting it together to say checking account, you're saying ilele Aun-Toe. Checking account. Ilele Aun-Toe. Checking account. And you know, Igbo is just like English. You'll have different words to describe the same thing. So ilele can be checking, you know, Chay-Kee is check, all those type of things, but they practically mean the same thing. So ilele Aun-Toe, checking account. Can't break down collateral, you know, that which you pledge if you can't pay the mortgage, whatever the case may be. And the bank can repossess it if you don't pay. I don't know how to break that down in its literal sense, but the words for that is Ihe Inno-Chi-Anya, collateral. Ihe Inno-Chi-Anya, collateral. Commission sounds a lot like English. It's just like saying commission with an accent to it. So it would be commission. 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 Okay. Credit is a lot like the English word as well. Is crediti. Credit. Crediti. Credit. Again, these letters that look like an E sounds like an A. And the letter looks like an I sounds like an E. So don't get confused with that in Igbo. So it's crediti. Credit. Crediti, credit. Okay. You've already encountered the word Kah-Dee, which means card. So we're going to describe credit card. So again, you're using the format of most words in Igbo. There's some exceptions that I've encountered so far in my 8 months of study. But you're describing what type of card it is. And you actually drop the A in the second word. So what you're saying is Kah-Dee Kwoe-Gwau. Kah-Dee Kwoe-Gwau, credit card. And it comes from the root words Kah-Dee, which you know is credit, and Ah-Koen-Toe, which is credit. So again, when you run them together, you drop that A in that second word, so it becomes Kah-Dee Kwoe-Gwau, credit card. Okay. Credit limit. Credit limit would be En-Kwue-Cha, which means the end. And as you encountered earlier, crediti, credit. So you're saying the end of the credit, meaning your credit limit. So En-Kwue-Cha crediti, credit limit. Again, En-Kwue-Cha crediti, credit limit. Okay. You've already had these words earlier, so you just combine them a different way to say credit rating. So as you know, Au-Noe-Go means rating and crediti means credit. So you're saying what type of rating you have? A credit rating. Because again, rating goes first and credit goes next to describe the type of rating. So again, you would be saying, Au-Noe-Go crediti, credit rating. Au-Noe-Go crediti, credit rating. We mentioned A-Goe earlier. It's money, but it also means currency in general. So any type of money, no matter what country it comes from, you call it A-Goe. A-Goe currency. All right, debit. Debit, so in other words, when a bank takes away from your balance, it's a debit. So it would be debiti, debit. Debiti, debit. And again, debit card would be debiti Kah-Dee. So you're describing the type of card it is, a debit card. This is one that may not be all that consistent, just like English has inconsistency. It's starting with debit instead of card this time. So it's debiti Kah-Dee, debit card. Debiti Kah-Dee, debit card. All right, this is one I like because you're giving the bank money, you're not taking it from you. In other words, to say deposit, you would say En-Yae-Go. En-Yae-Go. In other words, you're telling the teller, I'm going to put in money in my account. And literally it means En-Yae means insert, and A-Go means money. To insert money means to deposit it at the bank. So it's En-Yae-Go, deposit. Debt, something I'm trying to get out of and don't want any more of. But debt is one word in Igbo. It's Ugwo Debt. Ugwo Debt. Okay. Direct deposit. If you notice something, we already talked about deposit, and then you just put the word direct on the end in Igbo. So again, it would be something like this. It would be En-Yae Fae En-Yae Fae direct deposit. So that breaks down again as En-Yae means to insert, A-Go means money, and Fae means direct. So you're saying direct money. Direct deposit, excuse me. So En-Yae Fae is direct deposit. Expense. I don't have the literal meaning of it, but to say an expense, since again we're talking about banking, is Idi-onu expense. Idi-onu expense. Again, the I's in Igbo are E's to our English tongue. So again, Idi-onu expense. Idi-onu expense. Okay, fee. Don't know the literal translation of fee either. However, but to say a fee, you would say Ugwo Okwu fee. Ugwo Okwu fee. Okay, foreign exchange rate. It's a little more involved because again, you're describing a concept in Igbo. Just like it takes 3 words in English, in Igbo, it just takes 3 words again. It looks a little bit longer and more intimidating. But once you get used to it, it's not that big of a deal. So to say foreign exchange rate, you would say Onogo Intoyari Umba-Aza. Foreign exchange rate. And you break that down as follows. Onogo is rate, as you know. Intoyari means to convert. And Umba-Aza means foreign. So it's saying rate of exchange for foreign, meaning for foreign money. All right, so it's Onogo Intoyari Umba-Aza, foreign exchange rate. Insurance basically comes from the root word cover, and that would be Mpuchi. Mpuchi is insurance. Interest is Elele. Elele, interest. Okay. internet banking. So you're basically saying the opposite of English. It would be banking internet. All right, so you're describing what type of banking you're doing with the last word, which is internet. Internet is internet. So it goes as follows. As you know, Ụlọ Akụ, the first two words mean bank. Then it's internet for internet. So internet banking is Ụlọ Akụ internet, internet banking. Loan. Now, loan, I don't know how to break that down either in the literal sense, but it would be Um-Bee-Yah-Chee for loan. Um-Bee-Yah-Chee for loan. Again, you see A-Goe once again. A-Goe means money. A-Goe means currency as well. So when we talk about money, you're always saying A-Goe for money. Okay, money market. And a lot of times what I've noticed in my Igbo studies is market comes up a lot. And market is ahia. Well, excuse me, get it right. Ahihia is market. Then you already know what A-Goe is. It's money. So you put it together, it would be ahihia A-Goe, money market. So again, you're describing what type of market it could be. It could be a fruit market. It could be any type of market. So you put the A-Goe behind it to describe what the market is you're talking about, which we're talking about financial, so it's money market. So it's ahihia A-Goe, money market. Mortgage is En-Yae Fae. En-Yae Fae, mortgage. Insufficient funds. So again, you see that word A-Goe. So you're talking about, okay, money, but what about that money? You're describing the money with the second word. And so what you're saying is A-Goe, money, then A-Goe money, Zoo-Yea-A-Zoo, which means insufficient, meaning not enough. So you're saying money not enough, which means insufficient funds in English. So it's A-Goe, Zoo-Yea-A-Zoo, insufficient funds. Overdraft is almost the same as the English word. You just put an accent on it for the Igbo speaking community. So instead of saying overdraft, you're saying overdrafto, overdrafto, overdraft. Okay, savings account. I thought this was an interesting way of describing a savings account. It just took me by surprise. And so you would say it as follows. Ah-Koen-Toe, which you know means account. A-Goe, which means money. So you're saying account made of money. And then you're saying En-Dau-Rau, which means secured. So my assumption is that when the original speakers of Igbo made up this concept, they were saying how to secure your money in the bank, which means get a savings account. So this is how it is. Again, it's pronounced as, and I will say it all the way through. Ah-Koen-Toe A-Go En-Dau-Rau. Ah-Koen-Toe A-Go En-Dau-Rau. Savings account. Okay. PIN number, again, is almost like saying the same thing in English, but with an accent. It would be PIN number. PIN number. Instead of PIN number. PIN number. PIN number. Again, as I mentioned in every video, you start hearing how Black Americans speak. You know, our accent. Again, a lot of us are overwhelmingly Igbo in our ancestry, because so many Igbo people were brought here originally to build America. And so a lot of the Igbo accent we still retain as Black Americans to this very day and never realized it. So PIN number again is PIN number. PIN number. PIN number. So again, if you notice something again, as Black Americans, we don't say number very easily without trying, not culturally. We'll say number, just like our African ancestors did. So again, pin number is pin number. Pin number. Tax is auto tax. Auto tax. Okay. All right, transaction. Again, I don't know the literal translation of it, but it would be pronounced as Azo-Mah-Yah transaction. Azo-Mah-Yah transaction. Almost done here. Hang with me a little bit longer. Traveler's check. You already know the word from the earlier parts of this lesson, which was Chay-Kee. Chay-Kee is check. You already know this word too, Own-Yea, which means the person. And En-Jae is the new word, which means traveling. So what you're saying to say traveler's check, first you say check and then you describe what type it's going to be. You're saying check of the person traveling, which means traveler's check. So it's Chay-Kee, Chay-Kee, Own-Yea, En-Jae. Let me say it again. Chay-Kee, Own-Yea, En-Jae. Traveler's check. To withdraw is Idara. Idara, to withdraw. To borrow. Bahzee-ree, to borrow. Bahzee-ree, to borrow. To cash, like to cash a check, you would say Ee-Ree Hay A-Go. Again, you know what A-Go is, which is cash. So that means Ee-Ree means to take. To take cash means to cash a check, basically. So it's Ee-Ree Hay A-Go, to cash. To lend. Ibinye. Ibinye, to lend. Okay, to open an account. You already know what the word account is. Ah-Koen-Toe. And to open it, the verb, you would use imepe. So it becomes imepe Ah-Koen-Toe, to open an account. Again, imepe Ah-Koen-Toe, to open an account. To pay a debt would be the following. And you have to drop what looks like a U with a dot underneath, a U diacritic, in the first word. And you push them all together. So to pay a debt would be Kwoe Gwau, to pay a debt. Kwoe Gwau, to pay a debt. And it comes from the words equal, which means to pay, and Ogwa, which is a debt. So to pay a debt, literally is what you're saying. So it's Kwoe Gwau. Excuse me, let me get it right. Kwoe Gwau, to pay a debt. Kwoe Gwau, to pay a debt. All right. I think we got 56 in all, so almost there. All right. To owe. And you'll see O is E-G Ogwa, to O. E-G to grow. Oops, actually I made a mistake. And that first word E-G, you actually drop that second I. So actually, it's actually Ee-Goe Gwau, to O. Ee-Goe Gwau, to O. Again, Ee-Goe Gwau, to O. All right, to save is Izapota, to save. Izapota, to save. All right, to sell. Again, this is a verb as well. So is Ee-Ree Hay, to sell. Oh, actually, again, I made a mistake here. So I got to drop the E in the first word. So it actually is Ee-Ree Hay, to sell. Ee-Ree Hay, to sell. Say it one more time. Ee-Ree Hay, to sell. And again, it comes from the root words Ee-Ree, which means to sell, and Ee-Ree Hay just means an item, to sell something is what you're saying. So it's Ee-Ree Hay, to sell. All right, to spend. It's En-Yae Fae A-Go, to spend. En-Yae Fae A-Go, to spend. The last one before we conclude is to transfer money. So it would become En-Yae Fae A-Go, to transfer money. And again, you know what A-Go means is money, and En-Yae Fae means to transfer. So you're literally saying to transfer money. So again, it's En-Yae Fae A-Go, to transfer money. So again, thanks for joining me. Be blessed. I'm currently working on the next unit, which is travel. So it's going to take me a few weeks to get that one done. But in the meantime, all of you be blessed. Thanks for following along. Have a good night. Bye-bye.